Good evening, people. I'm JJ.
I'm CJ.
And we are the Radio Twins.
And this is the Radio Twins
Experience. And with this particular one, we definitely, this is our podcast. And what we like to do is we always interview interesting people with interesting backgrounds that pretty much we respect. Mm-hmm. First of all, if you ever want to hear what we're doing or watch or go to our show, you can always go to TheRaydioTwins.com. That's THE.
You can't do it. You can't do it like I can.
Okay.
TheRaydioTwins.com.
And if you ever want to follow us on social media, we're on all social media platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook,
you
Instagram,
you name it.
You follow us, we follow you.
Yeah.
And as we do, nothing ever changes. And what I mean by that is we always come across very interesting people. And tonight, nothing's changes about that. Mm-hmm. In his name, if you all don't know him, if you do, that's a plus. If you don't, get to. His name is Mr. Antonio Mottz. Good evening, Mr.
Well, let me clear that up for you.
Okay.
Everybody that actually knows me just calls me Mottz.
Right.
Because Antonio is a common name, but Mottz is not common.
Right.
Okay.
Definitely.
So if you call me Mottz, then you know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, that's Mottz. We know Mottz. You know what I mean? We can get into that story later in the show, but
okay.
I've been going by that for a long time too.
Cool, definitely. Well, my first question to you would be, how did you get into the business of music?
All right. So let's do the hot tub time machine real quick.
Okay.
So I was about 13 going on 14 years old, and one of my best friends, his name's Daryl, he went by the name of Drake back then before it was a Drake.
Okay.
He was rapping, and I was a storyteller. Like I wanted to write about movies and things like that, whether it be a horror movie or a sci-fi movie and things of that nature. He saw me writing and trying to come up with ideas. He said, why don't you write raps? Why don't you rap? Then don't forget I'm 13, 14. I was like, what I got to do? He said, listen, just rhyme each line, say a line, and rhyme the next line, rhyme the next line, rhyme the next line. I'm like, cool. I became a rapper. So that's where I started. I actually started out rapping at 14 years old with him. So, this is way back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like you had groups like New Edition back out when they was hot. I mean, I'm old, bro. I'm old. So anyway, we started out rapping and things like that. We started doing little showcases and whatnot. And then I had went to Northern High School. It was one name for that school back then, Northern High School. I went to Northern High School. Me and him did a showcase, and we had two dancers. You might even know who they are till this day. Dude named Mouse Man that used to run with Tupac.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's like my brother coming up. We known each other since way back. And Charisma, DJ Charisma, light-skinned dude, but he's internationally known now. Mm-hmm. They was our backup dancers for our showcase at Northern High School.
Wow.
So I'm rapping it, I'm blah, blah, blah. And my rap name back then, I called myself Quasi. That meant quiet as kept, but the K wasn't there as C. Quiet as kept. So my first rhyme is like Quasi ripping the mic off some more shit, boom, boom, slam it. God damn it. I'm hyped now. I'm like this. Right. I'm on fire back then. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm doing something. So, but that's how I got into, just to sum it up, that's how I got into the music business. And I really kept going. I got better at my craft. I started working with different people, started my own group. Mm-hmm. One of my groups I was in was called Unauthorized Personnel. Then we started, me and my homeboy Reggie Ruckus, we started the affiliation team back in the day too. I was doing real shows, like opening up for, I had opened up for Biggie, Tupac, Big Pun, stuff like that. Yeah. I was doing my thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We performed, we traveled. So it was really incredible. So from that journey, I went into the whole, and all this time, I'm doing this. I'm meeting people, getting to know people and understanding the actual music business of it. But if you got another question, go ahead and ask me. I got
no, you're good. You're good. It's like And as you did that, did you ever foresee what you're doing now then?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I didn't know which way or which direction I was headed, but I knew I wanted to be in the music business. And honestly, back then, I'm young. I did want to be in the forefront. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be the mystical, or the Jay-Z or the Nas, you know what I'm saying, or the Tupac back then with my team, because we came up, we was coming up in the era of the 80s and 90s when you had Rakim, KRS-One, and then coming into the 90s you got Wu-Tang and all of the different groups. We were still out there doing our thing back then, but we were still local. So it's like, oh, what do we got to do to become these stars or whatever the case may be? That was my thought process. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just keep hustling and keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. Next thing you know, I got into, more so in the music business behind the scenes early. So I am a member of Unruly Records since '92.
Right. That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So with Sean Caesar, Scotty B, the whole team over there.
Legends.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We've been, and I known them way before that. We all be at the Paradox and different clubs and, Gatsby's or Odell's, if you belong. Like, this is back. I mean, talking about back in the day.
Right.
So, got with them, and my brothers, Sean C's and Scotty B, taught me a different side of the game, which was marketing and promotions.
Right.
So I learned that firsthand. This is when we had cassette tapes, and we was shrink wrapping cassette tapes and getting the music in the stores. Like, we were literally shrink wrapping cassette tapes to get them in the stores. And Sean had really fucked with me because I had the gift of gab. I was able to go in stores and be like, yo, blah blah blah, XYZ. He looking at me like, damn, you just got us in the store? I was like, yo, I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Hey.
And the offer he gave me was like, well, I can give you free studio time. I'm like, shit, that's what I need. Instead of me paying for studio time, shit, I got you. Right. So we built it from there, but then we kept that energy going and just built and thrived and moved forward and things of that nature. So, yeah, man, I've been a part of Unruly Records since it first started.
Was it hard because you said you really wanted to be in the forefront? Was it hard to make the transition from the forefront to the background to doing what you do?
When I reached a certain age, my attitude was, nah, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm here. I'm good. Like, let me take what I've learned and maybe I can help somebody else. So I started doing management with my good friend Swin. Me and him, we was doing management. We did management for Smash, God rest his soul. Management for Scar Akbar.
Oh wow,
he's still out there doing his thing. 100 Grand Man. It's a few artists to name. Out of the local DMV that I can name that we managed them. You know what I'm saying? We was getting them radio play and helping them get shows and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Smash was on his way, but unfortunately he passed away. You know what I mean? So, and I was working with the record labels and stuff too. Sean C's helped me with that because he with Unruly, we were getting locked in with Interscope Records and Def Jam and things like that. So it was a point where we came to where he couldn't, he decided that he wanted to go with DTLR. And that was a long, was it 2024 now? That was back in the late 90s. You know what I mean? So me and Swin took over. We named our company U-Turn to keep the U going.
Right.
So we called it U-Turn Marketing and Promotions to keep the U going. And we took over all of the record label shit, and we was killing it. We was killing it. Interscope, RCA, Def Jam, J Records, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably not an artist back in the day that I've never not worked with.
Because of your background now and the history and the professionalism that you have today, is there anything with artists today that you see that you could like say, hey, I can improve on that, or they're not doing this correctly? Is there anything you would kind of give those artists today that really are like out there? You don't have to name any names, but just people out there that you feel like, you know what they're doing is wrong. Maybe if they did X, Y, and Z.
I would say one of the first things that you have to learn is approach, how you approach people, how you talk to people. Don't feel like you're entitled or, you're this big of a person where you can't have a real conversation. And it's okay to say you don't know something. You need to be a sponge and learn.
Right.
I understand that, the music has changed, the scene has changed. There's definitely a lot of mumble rap out here. Some of it makes sense and a lot of it doesn't. Like I said, I'm from a different era, but I don't knock what they're doing, what these artists are doing, or how they're trying to push their music. But if you don't have proper representation, then ask for representation.
Yes.
I come from an era where we had to go out and meet people and handshake. Now all you gotta do is inbox somebody, DM somebody. Yo, what up? Yo, B, what's good? Yo, fam, and what I mean, like, I don't even know you. Hey, how you doing? Can we have a sit down? Like, you just, straight to the point. Like, yo, play my music. Nah, it don't work like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is your music even hot enough to be played?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Let's keep it real.
Do you think by you working with so many different record labels, what they did then and what they're doing now, do you think that things for the better or the worse, in your opinion?
Catch-22.
Okay.
Reason why I say that is because some of the old school ways still need to be put to the forefront, but some of the new school ways make sense.
Okay.
I think that digital streaming is cool, but it's a lot of people that still don't get the information via digital streaming.
Right.
A lot of people. You see so much on your digital streams. A lot of people, they'll turn off their notifications, or they're not even paying it any mind. It looks like an ad. They'll skim through it. But I'm from the old school where we would put it in your face. Street team, flyers, posters, knocking on your doors, or meeting people's at the parties and or events and being like, hey, this is so-and-so, XYZ. I think a lot of that is what's lost in this new day and age. You know what I mean? Like, breaking a record, I used to break records. You know what I'm saying? I had a T.I. Rubber Band Man. Broke that fucking record.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, 50 Cent in the club. Broke that record. Then we were on an Interscope record call. Yo, what's the next song that we should break after in the club? I politely spoke up. I said, yo, I'm feeling 21 Questions. What y'all think?
Definitely.
That record got broke. Come on. I mean, I'm from that era where we was really pushing records and getting things done. I'm meeting the DJs at the clubs. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm back from the days of vinyl into the whole streaming process. I started back then where I had to take records to Reggie Reg, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pork Chop know me. Big L, like everybody, I was giving them the records, man.
Wow.
Like, these cats know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we family. If I was to call Pork Chop right now on FaceTime, if he ain't sleep, he gonna answer the phone.
Definitely. That's what's
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of these people don't have that, and they're I don't know if they're trying to gain the knowledge or understand what it is. It's about your approach. You have to approach people the right way.
Right.
And you gotta play the right way. You know what I mean? You can't just come out thinking that somebody's supposed to give you something or do something for you because you rap or sing or it don't work that way. It just don't work that way.
It makes sense.
How do you feel about, and since you said that, how do you feel about platforms like Spotify, who now it's starting to come up that
they have a monopoly on when artists used to think, oh, if I go on Spotify or companies like that, they feel they're independent, when big record companies actually already have a monopoly on it and own most of, if not all.
I was really going for like the streaming portions. Like, you got to make so many to hit so many.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's the day and age that we live by. Spotify is actually not a bad tool to use. I do club music too. So we just put out something with Unruly where we put out, because of that whole music day, club
Right.
music day.
Right.
So, a few of us have some songs on that, and we're using Spotify and other, resources to push it as well.
Mhm.
Um,
I love
it's
club
not
music.
a bad tool. I'm sorry, what was you saying?
I said I love club music, so please later on let me know what it is. But anyway,
We'll get into that too.
Yeah.
We'll get into that too.
all right,
But yeah, so
right.
but
So
yeah, I think the digital way is not bad, but I don't think that should be the only way that we're really out here helping artists or
And
pushing the artists.
I'm glad you said that because I'm getting, if I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the fact that you seem like you would be open to bridging that gap between the type of business and music that you came up with the new
Hmm.
generation, because you do have a lot of people out there that's like who more so I don't even like saying this title, but like more so old schoolers that are like I ain't got nothing to teach them, but when
Right.
you really look at it, you do, and
Hmm.
most people are not really open to bridging that gap, and
Right. Exactly.
you are.
if
Right.
if you had to, I guess thinking back again, you don't have to say any names. Like what in your opinion was the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Hmm. I got so much advice. Wow. Stay humble. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Never think that you're bigger or better than anybody. Um, that was pretty much the best advice. Learn the business was one of the best
Mm-hmm.
things that you know, I'm still learning. I'm still a sponge. You know what I mean? It's when you come from an old school way of doing things, you got to learn the new ways of doing things too.
Right.
So, I've always learned by me being in the corporate setting with DTLR and other companies that I work with, Frito-Lay and stuff like that. Um, you got to learn how to adapt to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I've had that part to help me learn and digest things that I probably would have just gave up on and said, you know what, screw this. I don't want to do this no more. I want to cuss, but I'm trying to change my ways for trying to change my ways for 24. You know what I mean? So,
It's
but
all
Now,
good.
yeah.
what and you said change, adapt to
Hmm.
change.
Hmm.
How was it adapting to change in 2020 with this whole pandemic thing? Was it for a lot of people, myself included, it was difficult
Hmm.
because a lot of people lost jobs. Things weren't
Yes.
moving as fast as they used to. How
Hmm.
did you adapt to that?
You mean since COVID or just before COVID?
Um, as COVID, since COVID, like during because it changed everything for
So
everyone.
take me for instance. I was settled and I was comfortable because I was working for DTLR radio, everything. Like I was there from the beginning all the way up until 2020, but I was in the marketing and promotion department. So when COVID hit,
Hmm.
I actually wasn't working there anymore.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so I had to. I mean, that's a phone call away. That's nothing. I can, I got family there, and whatever I need, if I need something, I can get it done. Um, that's not a problem. But I went back to self-employment, which is good for me. And it's funny, I was always self-employed while I was working for DTLR. I was a contractor. So I was still doing marketing and promotions. But what I did was pick back up on something. Now I'm managing DJs and booking DJs for a whole lot of gigs. I do that. I also work with the restaurant businesses as well. Sort of like you heard of Bar Rescue?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I do entertainment rescue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I started my own shit. I'm in a lane in a way that I don't mess with nobody else's business. Don't mess with my business. We can all eat together. So
Right.
now I offer entertainment, marketing, and promotion for the actual business, and not as a promoter. But I do marketing and promotions for businesses. So that's been good for me. Right now I'm a general manager at a hookah lounge called the Gathering Room, which is over off of Frederick Avenue, right behind Ship's Cafe. If you know where
Oh
Ship's Cafe is. We're over there. I'm the entertainment and marketing and promotion director for Hoodfellas, black owned food restaurant.
right.
I work with them, and I got other stuff that God God helping me with. So I'll just keep that quiet for now. But I got other stuff.
Because I think I know what you're talking about. We're gonna pray for that one. Because and see, this
I'm still doing the music, and I'm still doing the music,
right?
And that's what artists. Yeah,
that's why we respect you a lot, because
thank you.
You're moving, as they say, you're in your own lane and you're moving at your own speed, and
right.
Everybody else is doing things, and you don't necessarily need to be. I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
I give you props because I mean, anything more than maybe 3 different things that I'm doing, I get a little bit crazy, and I'm like, but you just named like 6 or 7, and I'm like, I could never do it. I'm not gonna say I could never do it, but I'm just like, I don't have. Sometimes I think I don't have the patience for the 2 or 3 things that I'm doing, let alone 6 or 7.
And
so yeah,
definitely, and that's good.
And I guess that comes from my background for what I've been doing all these years. You know, one thing that COVID has retrained and retrained my thought process: don't become too complacent, because you can be replaced.
That's a big one.
That is so true, because and just like you, when the pandemic broke, of course I was let go from the station, even though I'm back at the station. But we had to figure out. We had a show that we paid for and doing, so we had to figure out a way to do it. And someone suggested, well, people know who you are, and you want to conduct interviews. You ever thought about being on social media? Meaning this what
you're doing now, right?
So it kind of worked out.
I used to work at V103 and 92Q.
Wow,
for real?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
No.
So you heard of Raw Mad Flavor?
Yes.
Yeah. So me and him was pretty much interning at V103 back in the day. That was just before 92Q came into the picture. Once 92Q started getting bigger, V103 got fizzled out. He became promotions director at 92Q, and I was just working in the promotions department at that time and things like that. But I'm just saying, I've worn many hats. I was manager at a store called Inner City Records back in the day, the music store. I was working for Picture the Music and Metro 2 back in the day. Yeah, so I've been around. I've done so many different aspects of the music business, except for DJ. I can DJ if I want. I don't want to DJ.
Okay.
I don't want to be a DJ. I don't want nobody walking up on me, play this, play that. You're gonna ask me to play the same records that you hear all the time. No, I don't want to be bothered. But so I'll manage the DJs, and I'll go sit somewhere while the DJ's playing.
Here's a thought. Can you imagine? Because I don't really think I can't think of anybody at the moment. Maybe you can, but imagine had you stuck with the rapping and you was doing the DJ. What guy do you know that was doing the DJ and the rapping at the same? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't even think. I don't think. No, I don't think.
Wait a minute.
Biz Markie.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a DJ and Redman.
Redman DJs?
Yeah.
Redman started out as a DJ, went into rapping, but he could still DJ.
Right. Definitely.
DJ Class, one of my brothers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He does the hit club songs and he DJs.
Would you go back to rapping if somebody asked you?
I still rap. Who said I stopped? And I've been in the studio lately too, so I got some shit coming. But it's club music though. I had fun with the club music. I think I like to see the girls shake their ass. So hey boo, here you go. It's for you.
Right.
I don't like strip clubs though. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying. I like the women to have a good time, because as a man, I think you're either going to make songs that's got real topics, or you're going to make songs for women that like to dance and have a good time.
Facts.
I mean,
we say that all the time.
That's what it really is.
It's 2 different lanes. I mean,
it is.
There are those records for the ladies, but then you got the records that's for your homies, and it's just like, yo.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to throw a couple of records in there for the homies, but if you really want to advance in your career, you got to make it make sense. You got to make, you know what I mean? Like,
sense. Yeah.
Speaking of careers,
do
you think there should be I don't know why they do it, because I don't personally think it should, but what do you think about when they try to put an age limit on hip hop, meaning at like 50 you should stop, or 55 you should stop?
We have an opinion on that, but I want to hear your opinion.
Let's take MC Hammer, for instance. He was damn near 40 years old when he broke out.
Oh wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah, he was in his
Really?
late 30s, 40. He was in his late 30s, I think, when he finally came out.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look at him, he was old back then. No disrespect.
Wow.
Okay.
But you got artists that blossom later in life than others.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably even played the background too. They probably was already doing stuff, but they probably just didn't get that breakout in the early age.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think age is a number for music. If you got good music and people like your music, you can be 60 years old and come out with some breakout shit. I wouldn't care.
It's like,
I mean, if it's hot, it's hot. No matter how old you are.
exactly.
You
Because
just got more of a. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you got more of a lane at a younger age.
Mm-hmm.
But see, at a younger age, you also still need to be groomed and blossom to make sure that your career is blossoming. And that's the people that's in your corner with you. Because all of these stars that you're seeing, they're not becoming stars because they are the star. They're becoming stars because they got the right team around them.
Mm-hmm.
right.
People that's grooming them from, I might have groomed other artists or whatever from mistakes that I've learned. Like, yo, nah, don't be like that. Don't do that. Be like this. But I'm in your ear and I'm giving you that good information. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be the star. I don't give a fuck. Stars come and go. Them business motherfuckers making money behind the closed doors stay.
Right.
I'm the Clive Davis, you know what I'm saying, to your Whitney Houston. Let's put it like that. And I'd rather be on that level. When I turned 30 years old, I told myself, if I am not going to be the star, I'm going to be the one that's going to push the stars, make the stars,
That's good.
help the stars. And that's the mindset I've had for a long time now. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But if I want to get on that mic and let loose and have fun, I'm going to do that too.
Right.
Yeah, especially on the club stuff. But anyway, that's
oh yeah. If you hear some of my old school rap shit, you'd be like, damn, yo, you was killing it like that. Yeah, I was doing my thing.
That's what's up.
But I decided to not, not really keep going on that. I even acted. I was in The Wire 3 seasons.
Oh wow.
So is there anything you don't do?
I don't DJ.
Right.
I don't DJ. I can run a record label. I can market and promote your shit. I can be a hype man on the mic while we at a party. I just don't DJ. I've done all that shit, man. I'm just blessed and fortunate to be able to say that I'm still here and I was able to do a lot of the stuff that most people be like, damn, you still going. I'm an Energizer battery, baby. I'm still going. For real. And I just thank God for those blessings.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know, it's crazy. Even at my age, I would think that I know where I'm gonna be at in 5 years, but wherever God places me in 5 years is where I'm gonna be. That's where I'm gonna be. Wherever God places me in the next 5 years, I'm just hoping that I'm still alive and still got the money and still be able to do what I'm doing. But I think in 5 years, maybe what I've learned can help somebody else get to where they need to be, and I'm a part of that situation, and we all become financially beneficial from it. So I would say in 5 years, that would probably be something that I could look forward to. Probably less than that. I would say in the next year or two, but I'm gonna push for 5 years.
We have what we like to call the winning thoughts, meaning it's almost like fill in the blank. We say the first part of the statement, you finish it with your thought. All right.
Nothing crazy. It's just me.
Nothing crazy. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I could never have predicted
this life.
Okay.
That's okay. The key to happiness is
longevity.
Cool. You will never regret
meeting me. I'm talking about myself.
In the way you work, you would if a person's an artist, the best person, in my opinion, at least that we see now, is you, because you're gonna work to get them where they need to be. So you
because it seems like you have
exactly.
You have skills and education and whatnot, dealing with all of the avenues you've gone down.
Right. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, right. And you'd be a wealth of information. So yeah, I totally understand that.
One of the hottest lines that I like right now is "Stand on business," and I've been like that all my life.
If they don't copyright that name,
and
Yeah.
they know. If I always say, if you can't see it on a shirt, I'm not trying to touch it. That's how I do
Stand
my
on business. Stand on
Right.
business. I am very upfront, and I'm loyal to the people that's loyal to me. I'm consistent with you if you're consistent with me. I
Right.
got your back. If I have an issue with you, I am going to pick up the phone and call you, and we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about you. We're going
Right.
to talk to each other. I'm old school. You know, people be getting on social media, blasting other people and this, that, and the third. Listen, if I got an issue with you, I'm going to tell you to your face. We're going
Right.
to talk about it. We grown. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. So I'm going to talk to you. We ain't got to beef or fight. We just got a misunderstanding. And misunderstandings could be taken care of, right?
Right.
We can talk about it and move forward from it. Either we're going to be better from it, or we just know which way to go and separate. But that's as long as we have the conversation, I'm cool.
Right.
I'm old school. I'll shake your hand for a business deal, but sometimes you got to do a contract too.
right?
Right.
Because nowadays,
Yeah.
it could be a little.
And I learned to keep my mouth closed about ideas too, because the motherfucker take your idea and run with it.
That is so.
So I
There's
had to learn how to keep I learned how to keep my mouth closed. Like, nope.
That is so very
Because
true.
we're doing that right now. It's a lot of stuff that we've done and we're
Mhm.
doing that a lot of people don't know about.
So yeah,
Okay. Well, we can talk offline. Shit, let's work.
definitely. That's club
Hey.
music.
Hey.
The biggest risk I ever took was
That's a good one. The biggest risk I ever took. Can we come back around to that? Give me time to think about that.
Never be impressed by.
Y'all got some good questions, man.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's some good questions because you know, man, you got me sitting up here thinking like, damn, never be impressed by. What would I not be impressed by? Let's get back to that one too. I'm stumped. Y'all stumping me with the questions because I mean, you know what's crazy? I think because I've been doing this so long that nothing impresses me unless I'm impressed.
Right.
Like, oh shit, I'm impressed. All right, so all right. Prime example. What's the girl's? Sexy Red.
Yeah.
All right. One of my homeboys was on tour with her. You know, me and him came up in the music business. He called me, Mottz, I'm in your town. What's up? And this is when she had to do the show down the soundstage.
Right.
I'm like, what's good? You know, what's up, man? All right, what's up? We can get together. He said, I'm here with Sexy Red. I'm like, okay. She got the show tonight. You know, and that means that I'm not paying attention to that shit because that's not some shit I would go to. Right. Come down. You know what I'm saying? At first I was like, Sexy Red, come on, bro. Then I kept it real. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come fuck with you because you my guy and you in town. I don't see you that often. He moved to Florida.
Okay.
So anyway, I get down into the show. He got the wristband for me, VIP section, all that. I'm like, cool. We talked for a few. He's like, yo, I'm gonna run backstage, make sure everything's straight. I sat and I watched the show. I was impressed. Let me tell you why I was impressed. First and foremost, the shit was sold out. Every motherfucking person, and I got to cuss on this, every motherfucking person in there knew every single word to every single song she sang. Raunchy as fuck. Kind of reminded me of some old school Trina, Kaya, My Neck, My Back, Lil' Kim, all rolled into one. She killed it, and I was really fucking impressed. And she was pregnant on stage rapping.
Wow.
She kept it so real, and she brought out one of the female rappers from Baltimore, Takesha, to something, Tanisha. Wow. I might be getting the right name wrong. Anyway, I was really impressed, and I don't get impressed that easy because I done seen so much shit. I've been around. I mean, I'm backstage with superstars all my life. So I was like, okay, let me see what she do. I was really impressed. I was like, shorty, yo, they know every word. They was in there singing. They got the phones out with the light. I felt like I was in fucking Woodstock. I was like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. So, you know, the impressed thing right there, that's probably something that impressed me, but I really don't get impressed that often. Like, coming from my background, like I grew up just in a different time. And it's like nowadays when I hear a lot of these rappers, unfortunately, I hear the same shit. They all sound the same.
Right.
You might have a few that stand out, but for the most part, they all sound the same. I was like, yo, come on. And I saw a Snoop Dogg interview. I think it was Snoop and a couple other people was talking about that. He was talking about the mumble rappers. He was like, he said, I think the Migos or one of them niggas, Quavo, somebody started that. And now they all sound like that. And I was like, I agree with that shit. You're right. It's like I just want artists to really like dig deep and pull out something, like impress me. Like I can't even understand half the shit you saying in the club. If you're doing a show, the shit's loud and raw. I'm like, what the fuck is he even saying? What
Right.
she's saying? But Shorty impressed me. You can understand every word. She put on a good show. She kept it real. She hood, but she let you know her booty hole brown. Whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm getting off topic, but yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
you
really
good.
No, you're good.
I like it because it tells you just said prior to that, you if you impress me, I'm impressed.
Right.
So that means when you saw her and heard that all of them knew the lyrics to her songs, every song, that tells you whoever was the person pushing her,
she got the right people.
she got
As
the
you
right
said earlier,
people.
she got the right people.
Right.
She got the right pieces. Like I can see her being the next. If she keeps on that format for her that works for her, she could be the next, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B or something like that. She got it.
Right.
Like she definitely got it. You know what I mean? And she's so real. That's why I was like, wow, Shorty real as shit. She was on stage like, come on, man. Sound man, y'all fucking the sounds. Come on, man. Shit, like I was just like, that shit impressed. That impressed me. I was like, yeah, keep it real. You know what I mean? So I was impressed by
She
that. But
sounded like she was business. She was on her business.
she was on her business. She wasn't fucking around. I was like, yo, it was wall to wall in there too. I was like, God,
wow. The last one, I hope people will remember me most for
the effort that I put in to help others.
I like that.
That's deep.
I like that. I like that.
Because I'm still about, like I said, I stand on business. I'm anybody that really know me. I ain't perfect, but I'm real about it. And I keep it real with you all day. I'd be like, this is what I can do and what I can't do, I help you with. I'm learning, like, let's work together. We can do it. And that's always helped me my whole life. And I will never change that. As long as you're real with everybody that you deal with, you should never have any real issues. You got people that be faking and phony and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't do none of that shit.
We know a lot about that too.
I believe me. What you speak is the truth. It's like if you like you said, if you come real, if you show me respect, I'll show you respect. And
absolutely.
There should really be issues. And like you said, if you can come to me and you have an issue, it's because we can talk about it because we're men. Right. Otherwise, I don't do all that social media.
All that. Yeah, exactly.
Our first thing is always just to throw out positivity. And, just because we always say, because we throw out a lot of positivity and we don't like negative stuff, it's not that we don't see it or pick up on it. We just kind of put it in the back of our mind. It's like, okay, I'm going to remember that for the next time, just in case, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We learn from that. So, yeah.
And we have another part. It's like, I'm going to give you two names of individuals that are, I guess, prominent. Most people know who they are. And you tell us what you think. The first one, James Brown.
Ooh, James Brown. Come on, man. He is an icon. An amazing brother. Like, he set so many trends. And his music has been sampled so much from different artists across the board. Like, what's there not to respect about that man? I don't care what he did in his personal life because it's not like I was with him in his personal life. But musically, he is ageless, timeless music, man.
Right.
Love that guy. Yeah.
The second, Nelson Mandela.
Ooh. Knowledge. He dropped so much knowledge. To listen to him speak and look out for his people and do what he did for his country. Yeah. that's power right there. That's real power. Yeah,
If
definitely.
if people wanted to get in touch with you for, I mean, just to visit the many businesses that you have, which is
how could they get in contact with you?
Yeah.
I am Antonio, A-N-T-I, excuse me, I can't even spell my own fucking name. A-N-T-A-N-T-O-N-I-O, Mottz, M-O-T-T-Z on Facebook, Mr. Mottz, M-R-M-O-T-T-Z 2.0 on Instagram. You can reach me like that. That's it.
First of all, we definitely want to say thank you for giving us
Appreciate y'all, man.
the opportunity.
Yeah.
To be honest, I knew watching what you do, what
Right.
you have done, and I'll be honest with you, out of pretty much a lot of people we've interviewed, and we haven't interviewed a whole lot, you were the only one that I was nervous about interviewing.
Why? Why's that?
We look at, well, I know what you've done and what you're still doing, and it's like, wow, that's somebody I would like to aspire to be as far as industry. And you've done a lot that I see, and you can't help but to be, or you can't, at least from my eyes, you can't help but to respect that.
Right.
And I want to make sure I ask the right questions. I don't want to sound too questiony. You know
No, I got you.
And because he's the producer of most of the stuff we do, and so like I have a say so in it, but when it comes to the production side of things, I don't say nothing because I ain't trying to
right.
Dude. So my mind, I was more so like, yo, just we're gonna treat this like any other interview, and we're just gonna run it like we normally do. Right. So, and he was like, yeah, you got a point, but of course, you know, he ain't gonna let it go. He's just like, I gotta go to the point, make sure we say what we gotta say, blah blah blah.
Definitely. So
yeah.
Again, club music. You said you wanted to say something about club music.
Oh yeah, I'm club music, house. We love all genres of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when I tell you, when I hear club music, I'm like, yo, like it's the bass, it's what they saying, it's the samples, it's like, I love. I think the best thing about club is when you got rappers rapping over a lot of the club beats. I was happy as hell when I saw Cisco with the Thong Song. I was, because we all know exactly where the
bass. That was on some. It was on some club shit, and you didn't think that record would hit the way that it did, but it hit.
Man, and he knows. I'd never liked club music. I used to be like on this vibe of like whatever, and then I heard this one song. I can't remember dude's name, and it was whoa now. I can't remember the rest of that record, but
Be Rich.
That's it. And that was like, okay, they got that little hip hop vibe to it. So that's when I started. Hey, you might be on to something.
My very first club song was years ago, and shout out to DJ Cool Breeze, white dude with the dreads, cool dude, right? My very first club song was called "Let's Settle Out of Court." It was like, let's settle out of court. I ain't paying no child support. Let's settle. That was my very first club song ever. And I was at the studio, Unruly Studios, and we was bored. You know, we had finished shrink wrapping some cassette tapes for sale and all that. I was like, yo, let's do something. And we wound up coming up with that record. And after that, I just put out different shit. I've done club songs with Scotty B, the DJ Scotty B, to this day. You know what I'm saying? So that if you go in your DJ bag, you'll pull them out and start playing them and stuff. It's funny when people see me in the club and they playing a club set. This one's for you, Mottz, and they start playing some of my shit. You know what I mean? Now, the record that everybody, the club song that everybody really know me for is "Back of the Act." Back at the back at the back at the act. Back at the back at the back at the act.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
Yeah, I freestyled the whole shit.
Wow. See, now after this interview, now you got me wanting to like Google a lot of this stuff.
and he probably
me and King Tut, me and DJ King Tut did that. Me and him we got some shit that is still sitting in his board that we ain't put out yet. And if we put it out, y'all, everybody gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. And I was at the studio with him probably like 2 months ago. We did a nice ass record. You know, it's ready. We just got to get it mixed and ready to go. So, and I got some other shit that I wrote that I'm ready to lay down. You know what I mean? So the grind don't stop for me. It don't stop.
You know what? It made me think of this last question. Why do you? How can I put it or phrase it? I think Baltimore is a quiet at the time when it was blowing Atlanta? What do you think?
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's Baltimore. Atlanta.
You think
Atlanta's just a different breed. It's the people.
Right.
It's the people here. Artists here, and I want y'all to listen to this. A lot of artists here stump themselves.
Mhm.
They stump themselves. Atlanta, even if you got a beef, they support each other in Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? They put each other on each other's showcases. They do this, they do that. You know, look at T.I. and Gucci Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Good point.
it is what it is. Like let's make it work. You know what I mean? And I like the upcoming artists here, like YBS Scola, you know, Money J, that's my guy, you know, things of that nature. But I don't know, you know what I mean? I think we could be bigger than what we are, but we just stump ourselves.
Yeah.
We stump ourselves. You know, you got Boss Man, you know, he definitely doing his thing. That's my guy too. You know what
He's
I'm saying?
real cool.
Yeah, real cool dude. Yeah, that's my guy. So it's like we should be further along, I think, than where we should be. You know, Paula Campbell, she's one of the queens from here, even though she live in Atlanta. That's my baby boo-boo. My baby booski. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? She definitely be holding it down, doing her thing. You know, who else have I talked to? Sheree. She used to go by Chinky. She used to be a part of the whole you remember Chinky?
Yes.
She goes by Sheree now. I think it's Sheree or Shy. I think it's Sheree. I might be wrong.
You talking about when
the
group?
No, she was in the singing group. She was in the singing group with and she was underneath Cisco and them. I can't even remember the name of the group that she was in. But yeah, that's my boo. Like I could talk to her anytime. You know, I mean, I know the people that was really putting in the work back in
Lover.
Lover. She was in the group Lover. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She I love her to death too. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's living in California doing her thing, man.
Side note, when Cisco, tried to bring that group out, and we were just waiting for that CD to drop. Never dropped. But I can honestly say to this day, at least we have five songs that they did.
Yeah.
That was
Who, Lover? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There was some monsters, right?
When I check, man,
because like I said, we're the type that will read the credits, producers, arrangement, all that, because that's what we do. And it's like we were like fiending for that group to come out, and it was like Def Jam. What did y'all do?
Her voice in that group, all of them had her voice was very, very distinctive. Yeah, and we were kind of.
She's a very beautiful soul.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Beautiful person inside out. She works hard. Like Paula too. Very beautiful soul.
Definitely. And her name, Pinky Brown Eyes. That was.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you couldn't get it. Like her name was catchy, and it was just like what. But it's I think Baltimore is filled with a lot of people, a lot of stars. We got
a lot of talent here. We definitely do. But we just stump ourselves. It's like everybody fighting to be the top dog. You don't have to fight to be the top dog. Why don't you work together? We all can be top dogs.
There's enough food out there to eat.
That's what I'm saying. That's the motto I live by. It's like we can work together. Sometimes we want to chop each other down to be on top, or chop each other down. Like I want to fill my pockets. Fuck your pockets. Like no, we can eat together. You know what I mean? I don't understand that concept. It's like you guys may be able to help me with some stuff that I didn't even think about, and we can work together, and vice versa, and we can all eat. We can all eat. I don't mind 33 1/3%. I ain't tripping off of that.
Exactly. As long as I eat.
I don't mind 20%, 25%. I'm cool with that. I mean, that's 25% of $1,000 is better than 0% of $1,000, right?
Right.
I get to eat.
Right, because
get to eat.
I mean, so far I've gotten him used to the 25%, and I just take the 75%.
There it is too. You guys are funny. Y'all funny. That's that twinmanship.
Right. And just in case you didn't know, it's three of us.
It's three.
Really?
Wow. It's a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Again, Mottz, Mr. Mottz, thank you for allowing us to interview you. It was
I appreciate y'all. Man.
Appreciate it. Definitely.
Now you make me want to go in the studio and make out another banger. Peace.
Club, I'm telling you.
Right.
Definitely.
All
Well,
right,
we
cool,
appreciate-
man. I appreciate y'all. You know, let me know when it's ready to upload and all that, and I'll spread the word, man. It's all love. I appreciate that.
Most
Thank you, definitely. Again,
Thank
ladies
you,
and gentlemen, Mr. Mottz.
Mr. Mottz.
Thank you, fellas. Be safe, Radio Twins. Love.